said crabs in a bucket, we all look the same. Pull each other down, this shit has got to change. How you pull your brother down who's trying to make a way? Let's choose each other back, bet we all escape. I said, I'm so Springfield.
You have reached 937.
I'm so Springfield.
Yo, man, it's another episode of Star ENT Street Talented and Real Entertainment Podcast, man. Today we got a special guest, you know what I mean? This guy's been making moves in Springfield and around areas, man, and his brand really stands for something, and he's really trying to push the culture and the needle, you know what I mean, in a different way, in a positive way, man. Without further ado, man, I'm going to let him introduce himself a little bit more, man. Lazarus Tolliver, man, what's happening?
Man, I really appreciate that introduction, bro. Like, that feels good hearing that. So I appreciate it. So I like to call myself a growing storyteller out of Springfield, Ohio. I'm also the creator of the Wave Network, which a lot of people know of. It's a platform that brings people together through love and unity. But I like to call myself a growing revolutionary. Someone who's trying to make change in the community. So, still learning and growing, man.
So, I mean, like, speaking of, though, like, man, let's just really talk about it, man, because, you know, you being real modest and stuff like that. You know, you have worked with, you know what I mean, a lot of people, man. I mean, I even met John Legend through you, you know what I'm saying? But you really have been doing things with the My Brother's Keeper, you know what I mean, which is really big. I like that, man, and what you're doing over there. And just, can you tell us a little bit about, like, the jobs that you pick and the jobs that what you like to stay away from and what you want your brand to really represent?
Well, so I started doing video work for just a passion's sake, no attachments to it. Just because I love the art of film and photography. So I was doing that a little bit, and then I started doing work up at Central State, and I got that gig through a brother that I grew up with. His name is Steph. He was actually the king up at Central State. So I started doing
Shout out to Steph.
Yeah, shout out to my boy.
Tom.
So I started doing video work up there, and you know, at Central State University, you know, you're around your community, you're around your culture a lot. So I started to gain more, or how do I want to say this? I started to realize what my purpose was through filming for them, and just being around that environment, and just I like to say that it helped me do a lot of soul searching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it helped me realize who I want to be and what type of films I want to produce, and what image and light that I want people to see our people in, because, you know, through media, we're not in the best light.
Right.
That helps move the culture forward.
Facts, that's a fact.
Yeah.
So what are some of those things, though, that you know, as you say, that you like to really put out there and portray? Like, what is it that you're trying to really?
Like I said, I'm trying to get people to see ourselves in a different light, because, you know, there's a war going on spiritually that a lot of people aren't aware of. So the things I'm trying to do is, it's a good question. Let me think on that. Ask your question again.
Okay, so, you know, just like some of the things, though, like that, like, you know, you strive for the MBK, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Community.
Well, community, basically, community, right? You know what I'm saying, community. So you strive for community. Okay, so with that being said, you know, you definitely got the community on lock in Springfield, you know what I'm saying? So once you take care of your community, where you go from there?
So my plan is to be like international, go out and get them stories and bring them back to the community. The whole purpose is, like I said, is to bring a different light and show people a different image of ourselves that we don't normally see every day. And then it goes deeper. Like image, words, all that stuff is very important. The more we see things, the more we deem them as normal, the more we accept them as truth. So, yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me back this up a little bit. Let's talk about, you know, how we met. You know what I mean? Well, I've been knowing you and your pops, you know, for a minute though. You know what I'm saying? But we actually start, you know what I mean, working together. You know what I'm saying? Because I peeped you and I peeped, you know what I mean, some of your work, and you know what I mean, I liked it a lot. I'm like, okay then, you know what I'm saying? And with me telling stories, I'm like, man, with that imagery, you know what I mean, with these stories, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, we might be able to do something. You know what I'm saying? And in that process, we you know, we did some projects together. You know what I'm saying? A few, but some projects, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't, you know what I mean, you really didn't like to attach your name to. You get what I'm saying? You would do them, but you just really wouldn't attach your name to them. Like, you know what I mean, I remember the first time when, you know, I was shot and killed, you know what I'm saying, right there in front of the store, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't like it, you know what I'm saying, and so can you tell us a little bit more about what you trying to stay away from it, and you know what I mean, because like even, you know, for $1,000 though, you know, there's things that you know you won't do. So can you tell like the people what it is that you're trying to keep your brand away from?
I just don't want to be stereotypical. You know what I'm saying? I don't want our young boys and girls seeing us that way, or I don't want let me think.
Okay, because you know, like that, it's definitely a thin line between stereotypical and then to me though, stereotypical and cultural.
Yeah.
Because you know, like I was letting you know yesterday about you know, how I wanted to, you know, talk about the culture, you know what I'm saying,
I got my answer. Yep.
and going back to your answer though.
Yeah. So there has to be a balance between the things that we're seeing. We're seeing more of one side than the other side, and that's the balance I'm trying to bring back. Like seeing us as the things that were took away from us. Like we need to start seeing ourselves and planting.
It's royalty.
Yeah, it's royalty. You know what I'm saying? Planting that seed, so we know. But we gotta become more knowledgeable and want to seek them answers before we move forward. So.
Okay. I like that. We definitely we gonna get back to that to this cultural because it really goes deep on, you know what I mean, why, you know what I'm saying, it really goes deep, and I want to expound on that.
It's very spiritual, yeah.
So yeah, going back to how we met, you know what I'm saying, so I reached out to you, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I'm like, shoot, how much you charge? Because I was working on a little show at one time that ain't got put together yet, but yeah, I reached out, and then, you know what I mean, and what happened after that? What happened? What was we like?
What show you talking about?
No, well, what happened with the deal that what we made, like
what was the deal?
Oh yeah, like we had made a deal, like I'm talking about on how we met though,
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, because I was trying to pay you to finish the, you know what I mean, like how much you gonna charge me for the whole one, and you know, your prices was up there as they should be. You get what I'm saying? Because you definitely worth every dollar, you know what I mean, and more. You get what I'm saying? And but yeah, and then I don't know, somehow we came up to some type of agreement to where we just, you know, we swapped out each other's services. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, it kind of worked out good in our favor. You know what I'm saying? But then again, like as we talked, you know, early on, our agreements, you know what I mean, like we talked on how we both will grow, and we both will grow apart. And unfortunately, you know what I mean, now is that time to where we have to grow apart, because you know when they see you, well, for some of the time they see me and vice versa. You get what I'm saying? Or our names, or my name attached to the project. You know what I mean? Because you were very, very, you know, particular with what you want to do, which I totally respect. You know what I mean? And so can we talk about that? Because you know you got Wave Brand, which you just talked about how what you represent, positivity, which I respect, and then I got Street Talented and Real Film Productions, you know what I mean, which I show like a different type of light, you know what I mean. So can you talk about how like we have to you know, how you have to remove your brand from this because of, you know what I mean,
that light. Like I was saying before, there has to be a balance, and when we are attaching the two, it makes people confused. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like we're separating as in a friend's sake. No, it's okay, I respect what you're doing and I respect what you're doing, but we can't mix the two. So I mean that's what that was.
Facts.
And we formed a brotherhood out of it.
Facts.
It wasn't a negative disagreement. You know what I'm saying? We worked it out, we talked, we communicated, and that's what it's all about. That's still forming community.
For sure. For the viewers, you know what I mean, because they might be looking. Was there anything particular, you know what I'm saying? If you want to expound on what was like the final, the last straw.
Yeah. So we recently went up and did a bash in Dayton, but so for people to know what it was something like what is it called? They had it the day before.
Pool party? What?
The pool party, but it was like
Freaknik.
Freaknik.
Okay,
yeah, something
Freaknik.
like that. It was Freaknik basically.
Uh-huh.
And if you follow what I do, most of you probably don't. You'll see that with my storytelling, like we keep talking about, is seeing us in a different light. So when I went and did that bash, I'm like, this is the complete opposite of what I'm trying to do. And it wasn't no disrespect. It wasn't no. It was just made clear. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I can't do this. Like, it was even to the point where I come home, I pull it up to even edit. I couldn't even get myself to edit the project because I'm like, man, this is not how I want to see ourselves. Like, this is how our women are seeing ourselves. This is how the guys out here are seeing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something different. So that's where it's all about.
So let me ask you this question, because I don't know if I ever asked you though. You know what I mean? Because I know we talked about. I know you was, you know, I could peep the energy. Well, I could peep anybody's energy. You know what I mean? What was going through your mind shooting all of this?
Honestly, I was very uncomfortable. Yeah, I was very, very uncomfortable. And I'm like, man, Devin asked me to do a deed for him. Okay, I'm gonna do that because that's my guy. And I want to say I put it on myself because I didn't read too much into the project. I just said yes. And, you know, next thing you know, I'm there. I'm uncomfortable. And I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have put myself through the situation. I should have been clear up front and, you know, did my own research. But I was very uncomfortable, bro.
And you know what's, I mean, to be all the way honest, like, I mean, I've been in these scenes before. I mean, it ain't my scene no more. You get what I'm saying? For the simple fact that, you know what I mean, like, I don't know, I used to like to kick it and drink and turn up. You get what I'm saying? And you see me, I was chilling, you know what I mean? But obviously, I was working too because I was watching your back. I was trying to make sure that, you know what I mean, maybe if you didn't see something, I was going to, you know, look over here, take this shot, you know what I'm saying? And to be all way honest though, at the time I really thought that, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I mean, like you was just being professional and working.
Always gotta stay professional at the end of the day. I'm not gonna show, you might peep my energy because you know me, but I'm not gonna show that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still do what I was, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna come show up and I'm gonna still come show up and work. So Yeah, it was just, that's the only word I could say is uncomfortable.
So I really want to get into the cultural thing though after this, because like I was doing my research though, you know what I mean, last night, and these dances that they have, and you know what I mean, and of course they wasn't half naked in some of them, but you know they did have little stuff on. And then in some tribes, they don't even wear clothes though. You get what I'm saying? And does it make it look more crazier because they're dancing to a Sexy Red song, or they're dancing to the drums?
Bow, 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 bow. Grau, bow, bow, bow.
Well, everything is about vibration and intent.
True, I like that.
Yeah, the way they're doing it now. There's no art to it. Like there's no. It's just the frequency of how we're doing it. It's just at the lowest, and it's every day. It wasn't just here. I see this every day, bro. Like,
for the viewers, let's just show some of this though stuff for the viewers.
see, the music we're listening to is directly influencing us.
Right.
Like they're here, they're drinking liquor. You know what I'm saying? Like they're listening to the music. But like you said, it's a cultural thing. Like there's a reason why we attach to that so much, but we're using it in the wrong light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, so that's what, you know, was the final straw. You know, this one, and you know what I mean. And like I told you before, you know what I mean. I respect everything that you stand for, and for just standing on business, you know what I mean? As we talk too, you know what I mean, I still have my what's the word I want to use? My things that I didn't like about the situation. You get what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And
then another thing, there was a younger crowd that was there too, that was seeing all this. So this image in their head, it's normal. You know what I'm saying? This is normal. This is how we should see our women. Like it's setting that example for the younger generation, and that's what I want to pull out of. Like I want to be completely different and show them something different. So yeah.
I just want to pull up one. Because there was some, and I don't even know, because I looked, as you can see, I looked through all of these ones, and you know what I mean. But there was one dance that I really wanted to get in, and the whole dance wasn't let's say the whole dance wasn't it, but you know what I mean, some of it was though, and. You know what I mean? And but like you said, I like what you said about the vibrations. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because it's definitely different. Which brings us into our next one. Shout out to the Dinky Meanie. You know, it comes from Congolese, you know what I mean, dance to cheer up family and relatives of deceased. You know, contains very subjective pelvic.
That is completely different.
Well, you know what I'm saying, like, but it's remixed. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, like it says in here though, it contains very suggestive pelvic to pelvic dancing. You get what I'm saying? But the meaning of it is totally different. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And shout out to Congo, because that's where some of my family is from. You know what I mean? After I did my little research, but
it's just like, bro, we love dancing. Our women love dancing, so. That's why they're so attached to it. It's just we took the meaning out of it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, this brings me I wanted this to bring me into my next one though, because I got on here sexualizing our women though. You get what I'm saying? But let me say this though, because I don't know where I heard it from, but it was a pastor though, and he was saying I had to look different though, because you know I used to be like, man, what you got on to? Because I got a daughter and I got other daughters. You get what I'm saying? Right. So I would be like, man, what you wearing, and this and that. But we sexualize them because we already looking at them like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I feel like, you know, especially like going back to that video that we was doing, they in they bathing suits, you get what I'm saying? So having a good time, you know what I mean? A lot, like you said, there was a younger crowd there, you know, in their 20s, you know what I mean? But, you know, that was a 30 and up type thing, you get what I'm saying? You know, most of them women there was dancing, was grown, they probably ain't been out the house, and you know what I mean? Who knows though, you get what I'm saying? But yes, and I feel, going back to that one word, stereotypical though, you get what I'm saying? It's very stereotypical to say, this is what we are, you know what I mean? This is what it is, you know what I mean? But this is just a piece and a part and a little small fraction.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? And it's not all negative, you get what I'm saying? Everything ain't all negative to me, you get what I'm saying? I feel like you could bring the positive out of anything. And shout out to you for making me look at, you know, things a little different, because
appreciate it.
You know, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Going on to the next, what's up with Wave Future? What's up with the future?
Right now, I've been taking a little break, but I'm learning new things. I'm trying to grow as a storyteller. I'm getting into poetry. I'm looking deeper right now.
Speaking of poetry, we gonna yeah, okay.
So I'm looking deeper right now within myself, so I can pull a different side of the Wave network out. I'm saying, because there's that storytelling. Because with a storyteller, how I started was just visual. Now I gotta start putting my words on there and showing them completely different, because that dynamic, that it's gonna come off a little heavier, so they can actually feel me and hear my voice.
Right.
So that's the next step with me, is growing deeper. And another thing too is growing as a business owner, learning new things with business. So right now I'm just getting better.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing,
Yeah. So shout out to that for sure. What we got a poem, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you know, you got the floor.
Truth, a word that is misused to manipulate the thoughts of man, twisted and turned to keep you in a state of confusion. A word being formed against you, spread it through the waters like poison, purposely keeping you sick, unable to think for yourself, slowly killing the minds of you and your offspring, roots burned and buried, intentionally breaking the family tree. But we stand on these truths, accept it as our own, pass it down generation after generation, planting that poison seed, watering it with lies, producing a child that is lost, ignorant, confused, broken, afraid, spiritually disconnected, while carrying the weight and pain of the ancestors. Truth.
That was deep. You hear me? That was deep. You hear? What was the motivation for Truth?
Seeing what I see every day, seeing the things that's going on in our community, what's been going on. We are being attacked mentally, physically, and spiritually, and psychologically from every angle, but we're not aware of it. We're not aware of it. And the things that what we see as truth today has been twisted, and twisted in many, many different ways. We don't know our truth, and that's what we need to get back to, that core, understanding who we really are, connecting them dots, and really, really just growing again. Because at the state that we're going, the community is not growing how it should be, knowing the things that we know.
Shout out for the truth, and I hope you continue to follow in the footsteps of your truth, and I think it's going to be very contagious, and I feel like this your truth should be told, and for these young kids growing
It's the
up.
thing though, it's our truth.
Our truth, yeah, our truth,
Yeah,
our
it's
truth,
never
our
thing.
truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anything else? Because I see you got that book. That book changed my life. You know what I mean? As I told you, and you just read it. Can you tell us a little bit about that book and what it done for you?
So this is called The Four Agreements. Can they see it?
Yeah.
The Four Agreements. It's a wisdom book. It teaches you different things and give you different perspectives as far as like we talked about earlier, the power of words, the power of imagery. That's what this is showing me. There's a lot more stuff that goes into it. That's kind of hard to summarize. It's just a very, very good book that helps you break the mental codes and detach yourself from things that you were taught, beliefs, all those type of things, and just finding your own for real, and making yourself reborn again, basically. So,
Like I was telling you, they all fire. All the agreements is fire. But my favorite one that really helped me a lot was don't take nothing personal.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that helped me a lot because I grew up, you know what I mean? Like I grew up, in the streets, like I wasn't raised that way, but Springfield, Ohio, you know how it is, you know what I'm saying? And I just veered to the wrong lane, but taking things personally, the smallest things, that's kind, we get angry so fast and we ready to throw our life away for 5 seconds. You get what I'm saying?
So basically, like if I say something to him that isn't respectable or something that I think will personally hurt him, that's me. That's coming from me. That's coming from my core and how I feel about myself. So when we talk about people, we have to do some inner work and really, really dissect what's going on in our own world for us to even want to say something hurtful to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Going to that the other agreement, impeccable word, and I used to think it mean like standing on business, but really it means using your words wisely. I mean not wisely, but using them to encourage and motivate people and give them hope and not tear them down. You know what I mean? That's impeccable
let's break
word.
That down. Let's talk about the music we listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Them words that we are repeating, it's a spell, bro. Like it's putting something over us that we're not spiritually aware of. You know what I'm saying, since we're so disconnected from that. So we're being stirred in different ways by the words that we're repeating and putting in our mind every day. Imagery and words are very important.
For sure, and I totally agree. I mean, we done had some talks though about this music that's going on today. You know what I'm saying? Some is entertaining. You know what I mean? At my age though, a lot of stuff don't really move me. Like it used to.
And that's another thing that I want to talk about. We got to change how we see entertainment. Entertainment, that like I said, it all breaks down to one thing: words and imagery. What we are putting in our subconscious mind, we are making it normal. And the more we keep seeing it, you think about like somebody like Tyler Perry. This is why I want to be different. You think about somebody like Tyler Perry. You see his stories. You see that it's the same story every time. But why does he keep putting this stuff out?
Mm-hmm. It's his fan base, you know what I mean? It's his fan base, you know what I mean? Like his fan base, that's what his fan base wants. How do you feel about Tyler? Can you speak more about that?
I don't feel no type of way about him. I think there's somebody above him pulling the strings, and making him produce this type of stuff. Like I said, we're so attached to that. So we keep putting this image in our head that the things that we're seeing on the television is normal. And stuff is not normal. It's a condition.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and so speaking of that, though, like, so that's kind of like critical theory, you know what I mean? They want to put out, they don't want to teach, about slavery and all that, you know what I mean? That's negative. And like, I kind of, that's kind of what I, see, what you're saying right now, even though I know it ain't totally it, you know what I mean? But people have to know the truth. You get what I'm saying? And
that goes back to my poem, though. That's not our truth. That is not our truth. We accepted it as our truth and just went with it.
Well, when I say truth, I really mean like things that we seen. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Because, you know what I mean? It really goes real deep when we talk about our truth. You know what I mean? Because some don't even know, you know what I mean? Some don't even know where you really come from. You know what I mean?
My thing is, why do we need to keep seeing that? We've seen it already. Why do we need to keep seeing that? What do we benefit from seeing that?
I mean, I feel like we've done seen it all.
Yeah.
I mean, we done seen it all. I mean, we done seen the good positivity. We seen, and you know what's crazy though? When you hit them with some crazy though to make them watch it, you know how like on Instagram or something, they hit you with a bad girl just to bring you into some forex or some, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you might have to punch somebody in the face just to make sure, just to make them listen up and see it. You know what I mean? What you really trying to show them, because people really ain't trying to. It's sad though, but people ain't really trying to listen to no positivity.
My thing is, how many times do we need to see that for us to turn from it? Because if you look in today's world and you look at all these relationships and you see what's going on, obviously that stuff hasn't benefited us in no way, shape, or form. When you break it down, it's like, hold on, let me you edit that out. Let me think, because I had something in my head and it went away. Continue, let me get my thought back.
All right, but you're saying if you break it down, breaking it down, yeah, and it really gets really, really deep. So like, I feel like, like you might need to start with a curriculum or something, you know what I mean? But I really want to go back to that race theory though, because I don't feel like it's right taking, they trying to really whitewash it. You get what I'm saying? By taking out all of the.
It's already been whitewashed.
It's already been whitewashed. So really, you know what I mean? We already got the whitewash end of the stick. So they really trying to take it all out. Right. And so going back to that, do you feel that that's okay, right?
I don't think that it's okay that they're removing our history, but that's not where our history starts.
True, right.
Why are we being taught that we're inferior?
And why are they keeping that? Yeah, right.
Why do we got to keep seeing that? It all relates. Why do we need to keep seeing that and hearing that? Why are we telling that to our kids that they were slaves? That's how they'll start to see themselves. You know what I'm saying? Inferior, not able to think for themselves.
So do you believe that we should take it out of schools?
I think we need to build our own schools. We need to start teaching our children our own history. Why is other people teaching us about us? Why don't we know these things? That's thousands of years of being erased.
And that's what. So with me being a type of guy that when I like see something that I'm really interested in, or if I agree with the same politics, you know what I'm saying? Like everything you stand for, you get what I'm saying? Like, how can I help, you know what I'm saying, us, you with what you're trying to get out there? Like that's with anything, with anybody. Like, I'm trying to help what they doing, how I can get it out there. So, have you ever seen Hidden Colors?
Mm-hmm.
Hidden Colors, you got to see. That changed my life too. Like, you know what I mean?
Have you ever read the Willie Lynch letter?
I have.
Now, can you, if you really read and dissect that?
I can't memorize it.
Okay, no, that's hard to memorize. No.
It ain't that long though, is it?
Nah.
Yeah.
But when you read that, it's
right.
all happening right now, foot on our neck.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. And so going with this all being said, because we there's so many people that talk about. Shout out to Deion Green, you know what I mean? That really shout out to my guy Deion Green, but. like okay, we can't sit here and just keep talking about it though. You get what I'm saying? Like what and plus people like me and you have the power. You get what I'm saying to put this visual out here. You know what I mean? So what moving forward, like you were saying, you put in your visual, you know what I mean? You're trying to tell the story. But what's the story that, you know what I mean? Cuz you got to watch that Hidden Colors. I'm going to send you that. But like what little stories or short films, you know what I mean, that we could tell, like, you know what I mean? Because a person ain't trying to sit through 10, 20, you know what I mean? These days, you get what I'm saying?
That's why short film is where it's at.
That's why short film is where it's at.
Yeah.
But hit them, you know what I mean? Like smack them in the beginning and then, you know what I mean?
So like with the poem I read, there's going to be a visual to it.
I like
There's
that.
gonna be a visual
I
to
like
it
that.
that you can attach yourself to and really see like what's going on. But this will be a project that it won't be just me. There will be multiple people in the video showing us, showing our babies, and really just coming together and just trying. We got to figure it out.
Yeah.
We have to figure it out.
Going back to Truth real quick, I want to get back because like the way you wrote it was kind of genius because it was like you were saying, like, you know, you were saying the truth, but it was like, what is the truth? Kind of like, right? It's like
make you think a little bit.
Yeah, it was like what's that word when you know you do it, you know what I mean? You saying one thing, but it's really meaning another. You know what I'm saying? It's like really about the lies that we was told and that we're fed today, and that we breed into our generations. You know what I mean? Even subconsciously, because it's stuck in our brain. So with that being said, because I hate talking though. You get what I'm saying? You know, I be talking on this podcast, but I hate talking, you know what I mean, about something that, especially when we could do something about it. So what is the next step though? You know what I mean? Well,
so as a community,
what do you want what do you want from the community? That's what I meant.
We should be figuring out. We should be getting to the nitty gritty, getting to the answers, trying to find the answers at least, instead of sitting around waiting for help when we can have the power to help each other. So there's little things that we need to be talking about, like agriculture, commerce, economic strength, the school to prison pipeline, miseducation of our people. We need to talk about how our kids are becoming illiterate in these schools. And we just need to stop being taught that we're inferior in this system. We need to be shown strength, and that's how we move forward. So,
and I like that. Oh, I love it so much that you already have like a lineup of what you want to do and what's so dope about things. Because, you know, I'm a type of guy though, like, you know, I want the best person for the job, but if that person ain't doing it, then I gotta get it done. I ain't waiting around. So you got all this stuff, and you have a platform to push this stuff, exactly. And with a cable station, and you know what I mean, and all the other platforms that we have. So now, brother, we gotta stop talking about it, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know, put some stuff to work. Put some stuff to work, man.
So like, to even go off my poem, like, it's about reproducing, planting that seed and watering in this generation. We got to start reminding our kids that we are builders, we are scholars, we are scientists, we are farmers, we are hunters, agriculturalists. Like, we got to start teaching our kids that we are those things and capable of those things. Start doing for self. We are the only people that don't do for self.
Yeah. And shout out to the Haitians too, because they came in and they took over, and I ain't complain one time about it because I love them. Y'all know I love y'all. You know what I mean? Because
they got community though.
They got a community for sure.
Example, yeah.
Man, they buying up everything. They building everything, and the community is dope. You know. Now what I mean?
Look at our community.
Yeah, it's terrible, and we should be looking at that.
I don't want to say it's terrible. See, words have power.
Words have very, very power.
I don't want to say it's terrible.
But let me rephrase what I'm saying is terrible. It's just terrible. It's terrible to me that I see. You know, I've been trying to do this my whole life with building with a community of people that look like me, and now people come in that look like me and do it within, you know, months and a few years, and they, you know, they own dang near the whole South Side. You know what I mean?
My thing is, if we just lock arms, bro, all we gotta do is lock arms. Like, this relationship right here and how we didn't take it personal, that we had to split ways for a little bit, we still gained and locked arms. Like, okay, we still going, you feel me? We gonna move on as brothers. We going.
And really, like, because, you know, shout out to you because you stood on business and you wanted to lead, you know what I mean? You wanted to do your thing separate, which I respect, you know what I mean? But I was the only one left that could have took something personal, you get what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, that was one of my main ones that I learned in that book. So I don't take things personal, you get what I'm saying? Right. It's just there's, I feel like there's no growth with that, you know what I mean? Like, if, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, and going back to agriculture, I got my little growth thing coming in today. I can't wait because I'm on, and they got like 60 seeds.
Like why ain't our kids being taught how to grow
right,
food?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's what, since we got the platform and we got the visual, you know what I mean? We could start doing little stuff like a little show or, you know what I mean? A 10, 15 minute show on how to plant a seed, but doing it, making it cool though. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean by like the media and what we're seeing is taking us further and further away from who we really are and what we can do. Like, before, like, this gets deep, bro. Like, but before we even got to this point, we were building everything, bro. We were building everything, dog. Like, we had our own system. Like, it goes deep. It goes deep.
Deep, and that's what we could go. That could be a whole nother podcast too, because just the history of us. You get what I'm saying? And we can come in and go back and forth because, like I say, that Hidden Colors changed. There's like 3 or 4 of them, right? But I watched all of them. But the first one, I think it goes into our history and where we come from. You get what I'm saying? So that really
royalty.
It really, we royalty. You know what I mean?
First to do everything, bro.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, so moving forward though, we gotta utilize this platform. When I first, shout out to DATV, when I first stumbled across this place, I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? Because this is what we've been doing, you know what I mean? And I've been thinking like, man, I need a studio, I need this, and then now it's here. And you know, when I first seen it, I'm gonna fill it up with this, and I had so many ideas, but then, you know, you can only do so much, you know, by yourself at once, you know what I mean? But little stuff where we just giving game and giving facts though, you know what I mean? Like, cause I don't like to just talk about it. There's gonna become some research with it. You get what I'm saying? And I will put the resources out there where they can get it from, but it has to be taught. Like you said, it starts right there. We knocking out a few birds with one stone because we're teaching, you know what I mean? You kind of having your own school. If you get on YouTube and click on this, these are these, you know, history 101 on where you come from. Started right there.
The thing is, like, that's another thing we just have to be very careful in what we're showing our kids. Very, very careful. Like, them that's our next gen. Them are our next. Them things that we listed, like scientist, farmer, all that stuff. That's the next wave right there. So that youth is very, very important. And our youth is intentionally being killed out, bro. Like, this is nothing new. This is an everyday thing that's going on, been going on.
Yeah. And the only way to change it, I mean, cause you're not gonna stop nothing. You know what I mean?
Not
you're
one person. Not one person.
Yeah, and then it's just probably not gonna stop because there's so much energy and stuff fueled into that system, you know what I mean? That machine, you know, that evil machine that, you know, from the music to the movies, you mean, to the gatekeepers and everything. But I never know how much power that we got when, you know, we could hold a camera and we could tell a story through that. So moving forward, I definitely challenge you to, you know, put more of that stuff out there because, you know, you talk real. You know what I mean? You talk the good game. I mean, like, I hear you a lot. Like, you know what I mean? I think it needs to be put out there. You get what I'm saying? I think more people need to hear it and really, you know.
And it comes with time.
Because you really represent for the younger generation too. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I like you a lot too, because you know you different. You know what I mean? Than a lot of people your age. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, we definitely got to utilize these platforms and our knowledge to give it to the youth, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Man, well, I definitely want to thank you for coming by. Is there anything that you want to tell the viewers before we leave?
Well, I appreciate you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit more about who I am and what I represent. I hope you've seen in this podcast that this represented brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And we need to move forward from here. It's not about it's not about me and you. It's about the whole thing. It's about everybody. So
that's what's up. So for all the viewers, you know what I mean? So are Star ENT and Wave Film are separating, you know what I mean, just to grow. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just to grow, and you know, fortunately we'll probably meet up at the top, with God's grace. You get what I'm saying? But I want to appreciate you for stopping by, and I can't wait. Like I said, I challenge you to do more and more stuff, because you got a lot of stuff, information that needs to be put out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
My God.
Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, we out, man. For sure.